We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. Off with that. Young Slim, get it in my infrared. Come and hit the rain. I just lit.
Okay, Larry, we are located a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building here in downtown Denver. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical, and that's what they did on the first play. Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Still second down.
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, Simeon. That's caught. It's Thomas. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Throwing again is Simeon. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Going right side here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now a second down throw for Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Working out of the gun, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And here are the defensive starters. In your old position, you get to talk about the secondary.
The best athletes on the field, Brad.
Debatable.
Well, we'll see how this goes today. I love the way you put my guys down. But you know this. They've got to cover, and they have to tackle. They have a heck of a task in front of them in this game.
False start, offense.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Couple of Broncos there in on the tackle.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Todd Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Anderson. They find some open field here. And able to get this one out just shy of the 20.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And this is going to be intercepted. And now the rookie's free. 20, 10, 5. And he breaks this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They go play action here on first down. Looking deep for Demarius. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Demarius Thomas with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that... what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Here's a carry for Oliver. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 80 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game? Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. From the gun, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
That's fielded in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. On first down, it's Simeon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. A play fake to Anderson. It's Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now Simeon. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Simeon. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Now Simeon, his pass caught at the 4. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Now, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or a big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
So out come the Chargers. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
So we've reached... Well, that came a little abruptly here. So working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the defensive unit now for the Broncos as they get set here. They've got the lead here as the second half begins and looking to set the tone.
I used to love those types of halftimes because you knew what was coming. When you're winning, coaches are usually a little more aggressive with you and telling you what you did wrong. But because you're winning, it kind of rolls off your back. So you just go back out and play the same way you did in the first half, trying to shut them down.
Looking to do more of the same. Second down, Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right up.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And to the 43, so down it.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And now San Diego getting set to go. Throwing, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage. Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's Simeon, and he comes back with one complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on third down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. Anderson loses the football. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
So often you hear about teams trying to avoid the middle when they're working against a true 3-4 defense because the nose is so hard to move. Which side do you block him to? How do you get him out of the middle? Well, some teams will double team. Some teams have a good center that can move a guy. But if you can control him, that takes away whatever the rest of the force guys are trying to do to you because once they get to the play, you usually overwhelm them with your own blockers, and that creates some space. At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. He's going to get the football. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Antonio Gates, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This will be fielded at the 6. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be good for a Denver 1st down. So deja vu all over again. Another good week, and sometimes maybe because the defense doesn't look that bad, maybe this is just good offense beating good defense in his case.
I like that because we always want to point out that there's a breakdown or someone made a mistake or there was an error. Sometimes it's exactly as you described it. Sometimes they just made better plays, and that's what he's been doing for the last 2 weeks. Someone's got to find a way to cover this guy. Otherwise, he may set some records.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And he's got the 1st as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is...
Back now at the home of the champs, Sports Authority Field in Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And give them 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back to the ground, Anderson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And how about that giving us our 5th lead change of the game? It's been back and forth.
No doubt about it. And right now, they're ahead, but they can't relax at all because if we've had 5 lead changes, I'm kind of betting on a 6th.
Yeah, we might see a 6th. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit for the Broncos. They trot back out there. Obviously a close game from the defensive standpoint. Maybe don't want to blow it too much out of proportion, but how important is this drive?
I think it's huge for them because they've got to find a way to help out their offense, whether it's doing it themselves, taking the ball away and scoring, or setting their offense up in a good position to give them a chance to fully be back in this game.
Well, sometimes they to the right. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Well, this whole line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time, none whatsoever. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
It's a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. Simeon now to throw. Going up top. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure if that doesn't happen to your team again, they've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd down, Rivers again. And he will find his man on the outside. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On 3rd down, Rivers finds his target. It's Gates. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Gates has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 37 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He's back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yes. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now movement up front. I think this will be on San Diego.
False start, offense.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 3. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. Rivers to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
He's got time. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal. Rivers. That's caught at the 3. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do them much good. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens,
and now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On 2nd down, Anderson. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. Even 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Denver. So last week, mostly ineffective. This week, what we're seeing very effective. What are you seeing that's different?
I think what I'm seeing is just a simple, everyone is on the same page. And I know it sounds trite, but I'm talking about all the guys up front with the blocking schemes, everyone at the point of attack, creating space. And so far, it doesn't matter what gap they choose. They're finding it. A gap, B gap, C gap, does not matter. They're getting there, and they're creating nice runs. I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. He's going to take another shot here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be